Hi, this is Ed from the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, and we're here with another one of our whiskey shorts. And this one kind of came about by accident. I was in Morrow Brothers, a liquor store in Hainesport in New Jersey, where we're based, and looking around because I had heard that their selection had improved and grown, and it got a tremendous selection of American whiskeys and bourbons and ryes. But anyway, I was talking to one of the workers, and they said, hey, the manager's here, Chris, who she says was really responsible for helping their whiskey selection grow. And I noticed that they have a bottle of Blood Oath, which is a whiskey that Scott and I both heard about.
Yeah, you're right, Ed. We went to a tasting last weekend at our friend Sergio's house, and a couple of guys there were talking about Blood Oath. I had just recently heard about it in a Facebook group that I'm in, Bourbon and Whiskey Enthusiasts, and it's funny how something you've never heard of comes up online or in conversation, and then you end up seeing the liquor store, which is kind of what happened here.
Right, we talked about it on Saturday, and I walk into a liquor store 4 days later, and there it is. So
yeah, it's crazy. So this one is Pact number 5. They've released Pact number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 every year since 2015, and they are always using 3 different bourbons sourced from different places. So I'm going to read you what's on their website about these 3 bourbons, and then we're going to taste it and tell you what we think. Whiskey Short. So the current release is Pact number 5, as I said, a masterful union of 3 well-bred bourbons. 1, a 13-year mahogany bourbon. I'm not really sure what a mahogany bourbon is. Does it mean color, maybe?
I don't know.
Unapologetically peppery, with shavings of dark chocolate. 2, an 11-year silky wheated bourbon, rich with vanilla and honey. And 3, an 8-year finished in Caribbean rum barrels to impart orange, brown sugar, and warm island spice. Every sip an uncharted sensory adventure. I mean, it sounds delicious. Let's taste it and see if it is. You know, wow. I definitely taste the chocolate. That first one, peppery with shavings of dark chocolate, I taste that.
That definitely hit first. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree very much. And I have to tell you, a very dense flavor.
Dense.
Dense is a word that I use when I describe it. It's like just punches you in the tongue.
I've never been punched in the tongue before. Here, let's try it again.
Right in the tongue.
Ouch. Hurts so good.
And so this is the brainchild of one guy, and they make a big deal about that.
Yeah.
That every batch of Blood Oath is the undertaking of one man, a student of both bourbon and science, loyal to no one family, favoring no one distillery, and bound by no one philosophy. This bourbon connoisseur has one goal in mind: to seek out bourbons rare and wonderful, famous and forgotten, then bottle them in combinations previously unimagined for a lucky few. Not to cater to anyone's loyalties, he has sworn to never reveal where he finds his bourbon, but only to promise to choose and make the best he knows. Loose lips never tasted something so special. Blood Oath Bourbon.
That was using your announcer voice. It was very nice.
Thank you very much.
You should use that all the time. Like speaking with like people in real life.
Hi, I'm Ed Steinmetz.
I would like a Happy Meal, please, with a 4-piece nugget.
In a world.
And this is why we edit. So,
no, that's how all movie previews start.
In a world where there is bourbon.
And one man has a vision.
Yeah, exactly.
And who is that man, Scott?
The man is John Rempe, I think. Rempe?
I like Rempe. I think it's Rempe, but Rempe sounds a lot nicer.
Oh, Rempe. It's like Ren and Stimpy mixed together. Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Slog. Better than bad. It's good.
We've literally only had half a drink, and here we are.
So do you taste the vanilla and honey?
I mean, I almost always taste vanilla in bourbon. I feel like if I don't taste vanilla in bourbon, someone's doing a bad job with the bourbon.
It's the main flavor that comes from the oak.
Right.
Yeah. The orange, brown sugar, and warm island spice from the Caribbean rum version of the bourbon that's in here, I don't really taste that. I'm wondering if it's just because the chocolate and the pepperiness of the 13-year age is just overpowering everything else in it.
Yeah, and I should add that this is not cheap. This is something that was an impulse buy on my part. And, Scott and me are partners in what we do. And he's a good sport that comes along when I do stuff like this. Because
I was like, you did what?
Guess what I bought us? Guess what I bought us today, Scott?
love spending your money.
Yeah, I bought us and what gets me is, like, to be perfectly honest, the background is we love Angel Envy Rye. It's both of our favorite spirit, and it's also finished in Caribbean rum barrels. So we just had over the weekend at the whiskey tasting a Tullamore Dew that's finished in Caribbean rum barrels, which I found delicious.
Right. That was very good.
It was very good. It's actually, I like Tullamore Dew regular because I do like Irish whiskeys, as been mentioned on here, but I really like that. So I can see myself visiting that again. And so when I saw that this was finished in Caribbean rum barrels, it sucks me in. This I thought was a good buy, even though it was very extravagant for us.
Sometimes, you just have to do it. You just have to, sometimes something just strikes you. We were talking about the Blood Oath.
That's
These
why.
other guys had done it.
Right.
The Caribbean rum cask thing.
It seemed like fate.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you like it? Like, just
I
overall.
like it a lot. It's definitely an exceptional whiskey. It's advanced. It's intricate. I don't like it as much as Angel Envy Rye, but I've yet to find one that I do. But it was definitely worth the treat, and we will enjoy this bottle throughout the next month or so.
I definitely agree. It's not as good as Angel's Envy Rye, but it's very complex, and I'm going to enjoy trying it in different ways. Maybe more ice, less ice, some water, so a little bit less water. Trying it neat, trying it cold.
Yeah,
I think we're going to get something different every time.
Yeah, and that is a very true statement. I found that because I had one ice cube, and the flavor changed extensively from the first sip, which was kind of fiery and thick, and then oily almost on your tongue.
Yeah.
And then as it slightly chilled and watered down, as the flavors opened up and changed, it was very enjoyable. At 98.6, there's a lot of room for you to proof it yourself, as they say. And so I say, if you have the money, and it's great to split it with a buddy, and it's unique. There's not a heck of a lot of it out there. So if you see a bottle, like this was the only one on the shelf that they had that I took. So now they might have it underneath, and every time they leave, they throw one up there.
Oh yeah, I bet they do. They probably have like 8 of them.
They probably bought, right. They've had to
we
buy.
only have this one. If you want to get it, it's going to go fast.
Exactly, sucker. But anyway,
he sucked you in.
It's delicious, and it's a great way to start off the weekend.
Agreed.
Except it's Wednesday, so I don't know what that means where we are. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.
Cheers, everyone.